Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. Today, I wanted to give my long-term review slash overview on this now discontinued version of the Medford Slim Midi Marauder. Guys, before I jump into this, if you'd be so kind, please hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification icon next to it. Bell notification lets YouTube know that you're an actual human who's interested in EDC content. The subscribe button will then get you alerted when I release new videos or go on live streams, host my live streams, but most importantly, it really just helps me and the channel out. I'd really appreciate it, guys. This knife was the second Medford that I brought into my collection, and it's probably one of my favorites for a couple of reasons. One, it is the Slim Midi. So in the title, I called this the most overbuilt gentleman's folder because this knife is thin. It's a full-size knife. It's just the same size as the Slim or the Midi Marauder. It's just much thinner scales, handle scales, and much thinner blade stock. And what's unique and what I really love about this particular knife is the 9 designation there by the Medford logo designates this blade is an S90V. So this is an S90V Slim Midi Marauder with the falling leaf pattern, which is what these little milled out falling leaves are, I guess you'd say, with a little anodizing. Got a really nice, deep hollow grind blade where you can see that belt satin under the DLC coated blade. But guys, the action on this knife, the ergonomics of this knife, the lightness of this knife compared to other Medfords in my collection and other Medfords that I've carried. The only perceived negative that some people will not find as a negative is this clip is a little bit thin. It's a little light on the retention, so it goes in and out of pocket very, very easily. But if I was going to do cartwheels, which I'm not, the knife could come out of my pocket. It just doesn't seem to have as much retention as I would like it to because I love the knife and I'd hate for myself to lose it. But again, I'm not going to be doing cartwheels. I love the way that the stop pins on the external blade here integrate into that handle along with that frame lock that's done very well. The lock geometry is rock solid, locks up like a bank vault. This knife has fantastic finger choil. You've got plenty of room to sharpen on your sharpening choil here from where that plunge grind terminates. You've got several good sharpenings there. And this knife affords you really 2 main grips. I can grip it just on the handle, or I can grip up and take advantage of that finger choil slash sharpening choil. For me, it is an actual finger choil because it fits my hand perfectly. And I don't know if I pointed this out, but this is the drop point variant of the Slim Midi. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. You've seen it in my hand. Well, first let's see how it cuts. And again, you guys know the struggle bus I'm on with this super thin, weak Smoky Mountain Knife Works catalog. But it is very slicey, guys. If I could just get on the material, if I try to look under the camera, it gets me totally sideways. And if I look through the camera, I'm missing the depth. First world problems, right? But I can assure you guys, even though I'm ripping through this paper, it is, the Slim Midi is very sharp. It is probably, yeah, it's shaving sharp. So anyway, the Slim Midi is probably, even though it's the smallest Medford in my collection, it is the one that gets carried most often because it is smaller, has a much lighter in pocket profile. I should pull out just to show you while I've got it out. So this is the Tanto version of the Midi Marauder. And the difference in the Midi Marauder and the Slim Midi are significant in width. So you can see how thin the Slim Midi is compared to the Midi Marauder, even though everything else is the same between the knives. The only difference, again, is that thickness. Have the same standoffs, even the same clip. But anyways, we're not talking about the Midi. We're talking about the Slim Midi. So again, guys, Slim Midi is a knife that I'm super stoked about. I really enjoy it. I love the action. I love the way it's breaking in. I love the way it drops shut. I love the way you can slow roll it. Whoops, as I say, you can slow roll it. And it locks up like a vault. Whether I slow roll it or I flick it, you're getting the same amount of lockup, which just tells me the knife is engineered to perfection, made in the USA. Regardless of what you think about the maker, I can appreciate the knife for the object that it is. Let's look at a couple of quick size comparisons to get an idea of how this guy comes into other knives we might be familiar with. We'll start off with our overbuilt Cold Steel 4 Max, which is going to be much bigger than the Slim Midi. And our Civivi Baby Banter, which is going to be much smaller than the Slim Midi. Let's take a look at the Benchmade Bug Out. It's going to be much shorter, or the Benchmade Bug Out is going to be a little shorter, but look at that, guys. I would say these two knives are very similar except for blade stock in thickness, even though it's shorter. And if we break out our PM2, it's going to be longer and it's going to be much thicker. It has a much thicker carry profile. And I believe the Bug Out is just a hair thicker carry profile than the Slim Midi. So that's impressive for a Medford knife. For me, at least, it is. It was surprising when I got it. I'd handled a couple of them before, but never really thought that I was going to be in the Medford collecting group or acquire any Medfords. The first Medford I picked up was the Infraction, and it really kind of changed the way I thought about Medfords and the feel of the knives and what I had previously thought about the Praetorian and some of the other bigger Medfords. I found three designs in the Slim Midi, the Midi Marauder, and the Infraction that I think are very elegant, that I think are very John size. They fit me well. But let's get a couple of more, let's get some measurements off this knife real quick, because I'm just rambling at this point, guys. I apologize. We use a Javon promotional free ruler tape measure because I can read it. So it's going to come in just a sconce under 8 inches. The blade is going to be right under 3 3/4, right over 3 1/2. And the handle is going to be right at 4 1/4. The measurement from the back of the handle to the front of that choil is 4 1/2 inches. So from here to here is 4 1/2 inches. Let's see how thin she is. So behind the spine thickness is 1260. Behind the edge on that S90V, 0.0175. And that little thin pocketable handle is going to come in at 0.398. So the Slim Midi Marauder is indeed a slim Midi. It is a slim knife. Get a couple of weights and then we'll do one more quick comparison. So again, it's titanium and S90V coming in at 4.05 ounces. The Midi Marauder, its big brother, comes in at 6.55 ounces. So it's over 2 ounces lighter than the Midi Marauder. And you saw the blade stock was considerably thinner, as were the body scales, the handle scales. But yeah, guys, the Medford Slim Midi. It's not for everybody. I know it's a polarizing maker. I hate that. I wish everybody could just get along and practice their craft. And guys, this is craftsmanship. You know, I have to look at it objectively. It's got a T20. I forget exactly the size of that pivot. It is a T30. So your pivot is a T30, and you've got T10s around the side. So just a fantastic specimen, guys. A knife that I'm really pleased to have, proud to have it, love it that it's made in America, love the finish, love the fact that it's S90V, not going to be able to get that anymore. Um, you know, love the fact that y'all come and watch my videos. It means so much to me. I never thought anybody'd watch my videos, and the more of you that watch, the more it makes me want to make videos and share my collection with you guys. Guys, I'll always be objective. I'll always give you my legit thoughts. That's the only reason I'm here. I love my knives. I love spending time with them. I love spending time with you guys. I do ask a huge favor, and that's to look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Please, if you've got the time and are so inclined, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all, guys. Peace.